ahead.
So what else is new?
It took me a while to figure LEGO Horizon Adventures out. It's the action game equivalent of watching the movie version of a book you like. It hits the major points, takes some liberties with characters and events, and then wraps
I don't even know if this game sold well. I can't imagine it did.
Like so many Hollywood adaptations, it handles the source material well without ever hitting the same heights. After spending 21 hours reaching 100% completion, I enjoyed nearly everything about its beautiful world and rich customization options. But predictable level design and a lack of things to do beyond the modest yet well-paced campaign made it feel
100%
like
in 21 hours of stuff
while missing a page or two from the instruction manual.
Built different.
LEGO Horizon
Built
Adventures
different, all
is a
fucking
playful
right.
retelling of 2017's Horizon Zero Dawn in the body of a typical LEGO co-op action game. While it may not go into the depths,
So it's a maybe that's why people are talking about it.
so that story when it comes to the world or Aloy's origins, the broad strokes paint an entertainingly familiar picture for existing fans that's still simple enough for newcomers to enjoy as well.
Why retell the same story
The
though?
12-hour campaign took me across recognizable regions like the
I forgot about this game, man. This game got marketed like crazy. I was seeing this shit at the Game Awards. I'm seeing this shit at fucking Summer Games. Only for this shit to come out and not a single peep.
In the scorching hot Sunfall Desert, each mission is filled with swaths of machines and cultists to overcome, chests filled with studs, LEGO money, to collect, objects to build or break, and plenty of charming character moments to keep the journey enjoyable. Those moments are often brief, but plenty of them had me chuckling from start to finish.
Enough spy games, Karst. You have a real job, remember?
Throughout Aloy's journey, she's joined by an eclectic
Maybe I'm a
cast of
hater,
playable
but this
allies.
world has
Ross,
also
her
never
mentor
interested me
and
that
father
much.
figure, Varl, a young Nora hunter looking to prove himself.
I could definitely be a
Tirza,
hater.
the village elder who's never short on quips.
Half the time I'm sitting with the council thinking this meeting could have been a scroll.
And
Hey, cook up.
with a big hammer. It's great that original voice actors Ashley Birch, John Hopkins, John McMillan, and
cool.
nearly everyone else you encounter are back to reprise their roles. And the light.
This feels like if you fucking love Horizon, this is like a fucking
otherwise know well in some
amazing dream.
Deal with you, I will fill the world with sunshine.
The one unfortunate exception to this is
I've just never met a Horizon
He's
fan
back
outside of
too,
Buck.
This time with the love of DJing as he
Well, I guess
assists
Finn.
Aloy and friends from afar, but with the new voice actor after the tragic passing of Lance Reddick last year.
Damn.
Dagnabbit, I thought I fixed that.
Silence has
RIP.
always been a reserved character,
I've told you quite enough.
but I wish his sharp tongue had been showcased more in the mini scenes with him in LEGO Horizon Adventures. And the new performance from Tim Russ can often feel flat or clash with the energy and playfulness of the other characters.
You mean a mass spreading device?
However, I will say that the decision to make him a DJ is inspired and a fitting match for the zany quirks that everyone else has, like Varl's overprotective love of his comic books or Aaron's obsession with donuts.
Sometimes you just gotta relax. Breathe. Eat a donut.
Didn't laugh.
The world of Horizon looks great in LEGO form. Each level is filled with charm, constructed out of smart recreations of familiar structures like dilapidated buildings to climb around or destroyed sections of road, mixed with things like a traditional LEGO police station. These additions can distract from the Horizon flavor a little, but aren't harmful in their own right, as the environments still nail the look and feel overall.
Used to see strange things like this all the time on my travels.
That's especially true of the soundtrack. The music is fantastic, pulling some great
This is RPG too. I don't. Maybe I just don't know. I feel like these games aren't normally
choices
RPGs.
from Horizon Zero Dawn's score and adding its own flair with some EDM and
I don't know if they're gonna score it. It just
One
seems kind
standout
of
was called
mid.
Post-apocalyptic dance party, which would feel right.
And again,
in line with
maybe I'm
songs like
hating.
Everything is awesome from the Lego Movie.
It just seems a little mid to
Unfortunately, the
me.
design of the levels themselves frequently boil down to just a few key components. Linear exploration sections that often hide a few chests full of either studs or the occasional limited-use rare weapon or gadget, arenas to fight numerous machines and cultists in, and then sometimes a platforming area with simple jumps and climbing paths as you chase a tall neck to the end of the stage. Special cauldron levels can also have a slightly trickier platforming sections that require you to use either some form of shock item or weapon to power movable objects or open doors. And while each stage is different, it became clear after just a few hours that the formula is too predictable.
Yeah.
I wonder if this place is haunted.
There was also a noticeable lack of things to do besides platform and fight. No puzzles to solve, and no sneakily hidden secrets
No puzzles. Hold on, maybe I'm just too harshly. Maybe I'm just too harshly.
contain things that many
Oh,
fans
Easy's
of Lego
very
games have
uninspired.
come to
It feels
expect.
like
For example,
they were told we need a Lego game for Horizon, and then they did exactly that. It does not feel like a passion project. It truly feels like, oh, we need a Horizon Lego game and we made it.
red bricks are relegated to just unlocking a few costumes and customization items instead of various cheats as usual. Things like the stud multiplier or 8-bit music modifier. It's fine that they serve a different purpose here, but when I know they are usually used for so much more, the unavoidable comparisons come across as lacking.
Piece of resistance.
Customization picks up some of the slack and was one of my favorite elements of LEGO Horizon Adventures. There are over 100 gold and red bricks to collect for unlockables like costumes and town alterations. You obtain a small portion of them by completing levels, but most are earned by completing tasks on a community board in the hub area, Mother's Heart. The community board also encourages you to change your outfits regularly, asking you to do things like dress as various Ninjago characters before defeating enemies with specific elemental attacks, or build certain items in town that let you catch a fish, or play fetch with a dog.
What a good boy you are.
You can even radically change how Mother's Heart looks.
It doesn't look
whether that's
bad.
adding
I
hot
just
dog
don't
hearts,
think.
dropping
Oh no, it
dragons
doesn't look
on
like it's a
rooftops,
$70
or
game to
dressing
me
all
at
the
least.
townsfolk up like ice cream cones. In addition to those cosmetic choices,
But
you
I
also
feel
have
that
two simple
they definitely got
helpful
hella
skill tree
slumber on that
options to
bitch.
take advantage of. One is a general skill tree that benefits your whole team, while the other is a set of character-specific trees. The general tree offers benefits like experience bonuses, extra healing, and extending the duration of enemies being frozen.
I don't
shocked,
know what
or
that
on
is,
fire.
buddy.
Like your hot dog spicy.
Meanwhile, the character-specific trees offer advantages that increase maximum health, weapon damage, or other unique bonuses. These are all unlocked simply by leveling up after earning experience from defeated enemies, with combat standing as a simple
The
but
video game
satisfying
episode?
exercise in picking off the specific body parts of your machine adversaries. By using Aloy's focus to target these body parts, you can change how fights play by doing things like
I gotta know your
moving the horns
thoughts,
of the broadhead, so it hurts itself whenever it collides with objects in the environment.
Nah, I haven't seen hella niggas suck off Cyclops.
Skills can also come in handy when taking down bosses and stronger enemies, which provide more of a challenge than I was expecting from the LEGO series.
That's cool.
Typically, dying in LEGO games costs you some studs, then puts you right back into battle, but in LEGO Horizon Adventures, death instead sends you back to your previous checkpoint, which is usually the start of an area. I'm torn on whether or not the
I never watched the old
better than
cartoon.
the original, as I like that it
Oh,
left
me either.
more money in
Yeah, I
their
never seen that
pocket
shit.
for customization,
I just meant, like,
but
comics and shit like
it comes
that.
at the cost of having to grab chests.
Because I've never even watched the
and
X-Men
build
movies.
environmental objects
I've
again
seen
as
1
I
and 2,
retrace my
like,
steps after a death.
sort of recently. Like, I never saw them as a kid.
Either way, the good news is that experience earned
The
and
only
progress
X-Men shit I've
in
ever
these
watched
community board
was
challenges is
before-
retained. So dying was
Like I said, the
still
1 and
only
2,
ever a
I
minor
watched
annoyance.
the one where he's in Japan or
And
whatever.
if it's more obnoxious to you, LEGO Horizon Adventures has 5 difficulty options to choose from. The lowest setting is
But I always thought X-Men was weak.
1 or fewer hearts worth of damage, and things
I didn't like superheroes growing up.
Machines like Corruptors or Thunderjaws could deal 5 or more hearts per hit, taking me down in as little as 1 or 2 swings. I
All
almost
but Dark
always
Phoenix?
prefer to
Oh,
play
okay,
the
gotcha,
hardest
gotcha.
difficulty setting available, but the tough part about
So
doing
you
so here
also
is the
saw
lack of
fucking
mechanics for
Cyclops
battles.
not be
You'll
shit.
occasionally get access to the Rush Boots gadget, which allows you to zip around the environment.
It's the
short
fucking
bursts.
Logan show.
Faster than light.
But that brings me to another pain
Wolverine
point I
and
have
Friends.
mixed feelings about, the unpredictability of item drops. In Horizon Zero Dawn, equipping weapons with the correct elemental type can make a difficult fight much more manageable. While LEGO Horizon Adventures adapts that same idea in the form of limited use rare weapons and gadgets, which ones you get out of chests or from enemy drops is random for the most part.
This shark will swallow you whole.
And there are some great options like homing weapons or gravity bombs that pull enemies together before exploding. Weaker machines like broadheads and grazers still have tanks on their back that are vulnerable to one-hit kills with elemental attacks too, but whether or not you're lucky enough to have it, it's another story. On the one hand, I like the chaotic nature of using whatever I can find mid-fight. On the other, it would have been nice to be able to select specific rare weapons to some degree, especially because certain challenges require certain weapon types to complete them.
The hammer always wins.
I don't like that.
You can at least guarantee you get some item drops by breaking off the back of a shell walker, but you also never know what's inside or which battle.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let me have hella options when I fight something.
They will appear in. Thankfully, there are a few surefire
I'll
ways
just make
to get
Lego
special items,
RPG
like a
not attached to this BS. Because you know what they said? They said we need Lego Horizon, man. We need Lego Horizon that made the game. They said we're not selling this shit to somebody else.
With a trio of chests containing 3 random items.
This'll do the job.
From what I've seen too, it just it doesn't even look that awful because I kind of forgot this game came out. It just looks so mid to me. It looks so mid to me.
These can help by making specific items drop more often, as well as one skill that gives you a random rare weapon and gadget at the start of each level. These options help, but they still aren't a perfect solution. Granted, all of the rare weapons you could find are both powerful and fun to use, so there's no going wrong in a general sense, but thinning out the herd with a precise element can go a long way when 5 or more enemies spawn into an
In the Rising tradition, he's talking, I guess so. It just seems like it seems like an alright game, but it's not a game I'm spending $70 on.
Oh, that was a good one.
LEGO Horizon Adventures reimagines Horizon Zero Dawn with a playful LEGO.
I hate to be a hater, bruh. But I've always felt like Horizon games never had a bunch of soul, and this feels exactly the same way. It feels so industry play. It feels like I've been told to care about this character.
Twist, simplifying the story while keeping the heart of its key moments.
Also, apparently the story for this game is just the story for 1, but like in a simpler way. But I don't really get that. You don't. I would have rather they just did something completely original. Because that shit probably could have good instead of repeating like the same story.
Combat
is Minecraft Dungeons without soul. I heard that game was actually so raw.
While the randomness of gadgets and rare weapons can be an annoyance, especially when trying to complete certain challenges, it's cute that the use what you can find nature of Horizon has been embraced. There are also plenty of customization options for your characters and the hub.
That looks cool. Like, I think if you are a Horizon person, like you're probably gonna have a good time.
Visually impressive levels full of excellent music, but disappointingly predictable level design and a lack of
it just looks.
I ultimately found myself having a lot of fun with LEGO Horizon.
Yeah.
Even if I was left.
7 for IGN means average. They give everything in the fucking world a 7.